Mark test 1 2 1 2. Mark test 1 2 1 2. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to the episode number 7 of the Other Room podcast. So I'm your host, Joy, aka Authority.
My name is Anthony at Groovin Tony.
And we have our
Sergeant House here.
third guest, right?
Yeah, he's the third guest.
And goes by the name
Versace.
Versace.
You know what's going on, man?
He's an MC.
It's a check time, yeah.
He's a lot. He has a lot of personas. So just
He's an MC. He's a rapper, a singer, a writer, and a father.
Oh shit! Yeah, and maybe a scientist too, right? Or is he a biologist?
Biotechnologist, yeah.
Oh,
yes, sir.
We heard about that life.
That's why I said he's a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
So, sir, can you introduce yourself?
I mean, you said it all, man.
People want to hear
I
from you.
didn't think I got to say no more, but it's your boy MCVERSSACE, you know, down here in Thailand, you know, all around entertainment life, the night life, you know, that's what we do, you know, about a couple of music, you know, trying to hit on my shit. I mean, as he said, I do a lot of things, but, you know, it's all about, you know, keeping the focus, you know, and doing it right, you know, trying to make it big. So I'm happy to be here, man. The Other Room podcast with this
welcome
homie,
to
man.
the Other Room podcast. So, to know what we have for
I
today's
think
episode.
first we're gonna talk about the SOUNDCITY MVP Awards 2017.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna get to know you, like what you've been up to and stuffs about you. Then we'll probably talk about this sex doll. Shit. You know, that shit's been blowing up like that Twitter, you know, like so.
Oh, shit.
So we're gonna talk about that a little bit, and then some other stuff. So let's get started.
So, we're talking about the MVP award.
The SOUNDCITY MVP Award.
And
It was
you
held.
was there live.
Yeah, you were in
right?
Nigeria.
I mean, yeah, I was opportunity to be there, given the fact that I had an interview with SOUNDCITY Radio.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the interview
station, and then with that, I was able to get a VIP ticket to be there. So you know, it was a privilege, and it was a very, very good show. Which is, you know, it was late. We had everyone there. Davido, you know, Two Face, Tiwa Savage, you know, Keith Daniel. They all came through, you know. But I mean, the highlight of that show, I mean, where I got all, you know, was the fact that what's his name? Diamond.
Oh, the guy from Tanzania, right?
Yeah, he won like
the best male MVP of the year.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was like, "Whoa!" Like he wasn't even there, you know. And you know there were the arguments saying like probably he didn't come through because he didn't think he was gonna win. But
that's actually why I felt like we need to talk about this, because people felt like that particular award was a bit controversial, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want us to like run through the awards and see, like, okay, for the best male MVP, like the nominees were Davido, RUNSTOWN, Diamond, Sarkodie, Navio, Tubaba, Wizkid, Shatawale, and Olamide, which is like 9 different guys for the best male MVP of 2017.
Yeah.
Then Diamond won.
It's outrageous, man. Like everybody was
that was like
even the person giving the award, RMD was weak. He just got weak. He was like because the whole crowd was shouting and was screaming, you know, and you know, like the people's voice can be so loud at times and shit. But the thing is, I don't know, but if it was left to me, there's no how I'm gonna have Olamide in the nominee. Gonna have Davido. I feel like and Wizkid and the rest of them, like RUNSTOWN, you know, with Mad Over You, with For Life, those big hits.
Tubaba is there, Shatawale is there.
I mean, I will leave Tubaba, Shatawale. I think Diamonds have Tubaba because he's a legend already. He's probably not looking for any award.
He just came back, you know what I'm saying? Couple of songs he dropped.
But Davido, I feel like okay, maybe they've given him 3 awards already, and I felt like maybe they were just trying to cut him out. But then,
the problem is there too much awards? Like if you're giving award, someone deserves an award.
There should be nothing like that. There should be nothing like that. But looking at it, even if you know, you still have RUNSTOWN there.
So from your own opinion, who do you think deserve that very award?
I think. If I don't want to give it to Davido again, then I'll either give it to Olamide or what's his name, RUNSTOWN or Wizkid or somebody.
You know what I think? I think because now Nigeria is more of like a pioneer for African music, and in order to include to make all Africans feel involved in the Afrobeat system, I think they just have to do that. That is what I think.
I feel like that was the whole idea.
For me, I'll call that artistic correctness. They just want to be able to appeal to everyone. It's part of the culture.
Come to think of it, like the Tanzania want to collaborate with the Nigerians. So,
to keep that going. Not to take anything from Diamond. Diamond has been fabulous. I mean, he's the one that got Tanzania on the map. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, legit. Not to take anything from him. He's been good. He's been collaborating with a lot of our artists, and his songs are actually making waves too. Not to take it from him.
Personally, I felt like Diamond has the right to be in that conversation because he had hits upon hits with Nigerian artists like Patoranking. He had hits for sure. Them, Then Runtown was like the big guy of 2017. It was like Runtown and Mr. Easy were like the breakout stars.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And then Whiskey kind of took the whole culture internationally. You understand? So for me, I felt like it was between Runtown and Whiskey.
Yeah. And this is us leaving Davido out, because if not, it should be Davido. Because I think Davido was the winner of last year.
For me, if you got down to who I would preferably give it to, I would have gone with Runtown. Because Dude just came out of nowhere and he was just all over the place in 2017. And the thing is, like, Davido and Whiskey have solidified their stance in the game already. So, but this is just a guy who just came with a different tune that Easy is trying to make controversial by saying certain things. But let's forget about Easy. So, I felt like Runtown deserved to be there. And if it came down to me, I would have given it to Runtown. But here's the catch. They said a lot of the votes were fan votes. That the votes were fan votes, and then maybe a couple of journalists vote or whatnot. So it was actually the fans that voted for Diamond Platinum. So, but the issue with me here is, who are the fans voting for Diamond?
In Tanzania?
No, it's not even by. Are you trying to tell me like there are more voters in Tanzania than Nigeria and Ghana and these other places?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And the thing is, take it or leave it. From my own part, I think there needs to be a forensic audit of those votes. Because I believe those votes were manipulated using bots or whatnot. Because how can you tell me like this guy got more votes than these guys like Sarkodie?
I mean, I was there live and I heard every fan screaming. I even screamed.
Exactly.
Like,
everybody's
really,
like, what?
Like the question was really like the person who wants to give the gift. RMD was like, the people's voice was like, let this guy come and get the award from me. Let me see. I'll just keep the award for myself. Because, it's like the whole fans that were there at that point disagreed with the whole shit.
Yeah, something like that has to happen sometimes. There's some time like they have to give an award to someone who doesn't deserve it, but just to make... I
feel you. I feel like he's Tanzania. He put Tanzania on the map, and I just feel like he's done good. He's done really good. He's done really good. Like he's good. He's really good. So I just feel like maybe it was a way to actually put other Africans into it. That's what I just feel.
It's okay. We shouldn't be worried about.
In fact, even if you want to put other Africans there, like I felt like Nasty C is the next big thing in Africa.
Yeah.
So we could have appealed to that, like, okay, let's give it to Nasty.
Yeah, but even his Nasty C is gone. I don't think he's not done up to Diamond though. I think Diamond is gone.
Yeah, he's not really done.
Yeah, he's not even nominated.
Okay, he wasn't nominated. So yeah, but dude, I tell you, I'll put my money on it. That guy is the next biggest thing from Africa right now.
Like what I always say is he's the only competitor to Wizkid. Like the only threat.
Most definitely.
The only threat to Wizkid.
I don't think he'll ever get to Wizkid just because it maybe if it was Nigerian, but I think Nigeria already has the African music world already. And the thing is, there's just something about like He won't get there. He would be on his own level. I feel like it's a whole different game entirely with him. He gives you the rap shit. Like, Wizkid is gonna give you
I don't think he'll rap that much.
No,
I've seen people saying he's the best rapper from Africa. He's not.
No. I don't think he's the best.
He's a trap singer. He's a singer to me. He's not a rapper.
No, he is a rapper.
He's a rapper. Like
what's just rap?
You need to watch his freestyles.
I've seen him rap.
I've listened to his music.
his
freestyles. I don't actually think he's the best rapper from Africa.
Most of his hit is like more of like singing, not like rap.
I'm not best rapper, but
the thing is, if you actually look about,
it's very different from Wizkid.
The thing is, if you look at rap itself, rap has evolved over the years.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So that's why you have guys like,
it has its own style.
You have guys like Drake, like who says he's a singing nigger, but at the same time he's registered as a rapper. Everybody calls him a rapper. So he just has this whole, not really a genre, but he's just evolving the game itself. Yeah. So, but he's legit. Nasty C is definitely legit. Come to think
of it, he's not the first. You know, like Kanye West sang and even Lil Wayne, How to Love. You know, like when Lil Wayne sang How to Love, everybody was like, "Yo, you're a rapper. You're not supposed to sing." You know. Yeah. So and everything is just like coming together. We just have to accept the evolution of music in general.
And for the females, right? For best female MVP, Tiwa Savage won that. But nominees were like Niniola, Babes from South Africa, Simi, Becca from Ghana, Sheishe, Yemi Alade, Vanessa MD from Tanzania.
I think we have there are a lot of females. They're all good, all the whole nominees and shit. But Tiwa Savage, I think she's another level.
But personally, like based off of Simi's album, right?
Oh God, I don't know.
2017 alone, I'll go with Simi.
You know what I think? I think Simi will get the next one. I think Simi will get it next year. But this year,
because
it just still had to be Tiwa Savage.
I don't know. Quite frankly, Tiwa Savage's music doesn't resonate with me. I don't relate to it.
No, I hardly listen.
So that's personal.
I have a new album, but I never want to listen to it. And I've been on repeat on Simi's album for like 20 times.
She has commercial success, so that's that for that. But I don't really resonate with her music. So, but I prefer Simi. But that wasn't really controversial because it's not.
It was either Tiwa or Simi. I think it was either Tiwa or Simi. Everybody knew it was either Tiwa or Simi.
Yeah, also I think.
But then I just think Tiwa just has it more. I just think Simi is just starting. I think she will get it next year if she continues with the way she is doing.
Commercial,
that's what I'm feeling. Like she's not there yet.
But I think people actually feel her art.
That's why I feel like she will get it next year. I feel like if she keeps it up,
she is a complete artist. She is like,
if she keeps it up, Tiwa is complete too. She hits everything. She hits everything.
I'm not just
best hip hop. M.I. Abaga, Sarkodie, Casper and Your Vest, Olamide, Nasty C, Fowls the Bad Guy, Questa, aka or whatever from South Africa.
Yeah.
I think Casper deserves it.
Yeah.
Let me just put this.
Had a really successful show.
Let me just put this out. I think it's time for MI to retire.
Yeah. I think so.
I heard the new track, Am I Your Father, produced by G+.
I've not really heard it.
The production was superb, was perfect. But the way the rapping, MI lyrics was great. But he featured a guy, I forgot his name, he was like more of like a trap singer. You know, like, no, MI, if you feature with a guy in your own track, it shouldn't be this, man. It should be like, come on, man, you have to keep the tradition. We know you as an MI who come here to rap. You don't need that.
You know what I think? What I think is, you don't look at it that way. The thing is, don't forget, in everything they're still doing, they're still making money out of it.
It's not about
money. I feel like that guy must have paid a lot of money. I mean, like, I can decide to feature Wizkid today. All I need to do is, if you can pay the money to actually get him to sing a verse in your thing, you know, he'll be there. Definitely. So that's another thing I think, you know, like, they're trying to make money. Like, I don't think he picked that guy and be like, yo, I want to feature you. You know, I think
it's that track. It's MI's track. That is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's MI's track, but still, that guy
maybe the guy is signed to him, or
the guy is signed to him. Someone is trying to help or something.
Maybe. Yeah, for me, if you actually look at the top 3 for that category, I don't actually see myself putting any Nigerian in that top 3.
I think Sarkodie is also.
I would have gone with Casper in your verse 1, then Sarkodie 2, then maybe Nasty C 3. So no Nigerian makes my list.
Yeah,
I think for Casper to have won that, I think
he deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves it because he had a really good show and he got shout out from Ebro too, from Hot 97. So it's real stuff.
Casper is good.
Casper is really good. Then best pop was Malik Berry. Yeah, I think it's legit.
Yeah.
There were honorable mentions were like Kiss Daniel, Simi, Tiwa Savage, Davido, Niniola, Wandeko, Ricardo Banks. I think Malik was really tough in 2017. Yeah, best collabo was by Sarkodie and RUNSTOWN. That's winner.
Definitely.
That was the winner. Painkiller.
Yeah,
I think that was good.
I love that song.
I don't accept like, like I try to listen to all the songs on the best collabo, and to me, I don't know.
What
are you giving it to?
The particular, I don't know. I just fall in love with this.
Particular is legit.
I fall with this
particular came up pretty late.
Late, right?
Yeah, it came up pretty late.
That might be the excuse, but I think.
If I would have chosen one, I think I would have gone.
I think particular was nice.
Yeah, but
I think Malo too. T1 and Wizkid was also.
Yeah, but it came late too.
But it came late.
I started falling in love with Malo so late, like really.
Yeah,
late,
it came late. But Painkiller was
that
like.
Painkiller, there's just something about the softness of RUNSTOWN and Sarkodie had rap coming into it. There's just something about it where you just hear it. His rap comes in with like a beat and everything. Like, no, it's just.
He keeps it real with his style. Like, there's a level of consistency to it. It's kind of progressive. So I think it was pretty solid. Like they deserve to win it because it came pretty early in the year. Then Digital Artist of the Year was Wizkid. Yeah, I don't think there was. But the thing is, I'm kind of surprised that I think it's been twice or thrice now. Shatta Wale has made the nomination. So I don't really know like what Dio is thinking, because there's a lot of animosity towards that guy from Nigerians. Like,
yeah, but they try to make it an African thing, and if you look into Ghana, before you call 2, 3, you're gonna
you gotta pick up Shatta Wale. Yeah, it's true.
So I guess they just try to make sure they pick out from different countries.
Trust me, I don't know. I think Shatta Wale started being famous when he started dishing, going after Wizkid. Yeah. Because I've never heard of him before.
He's been around. He's been around for a while, but I think it just like controversy actually sells. So he just put himself on the map.
Yeah, he's been around, but the truth is, I won't lie to you. Even I myself, I didn't know Shatta Wale. I went to go start checking his YouTube to look for it, so I really see. Okay, this is what the guy is. Okay, in Ghana, he's someone in Ghana. Right.
Yeah, just because you're someone in Ghana doesn't mean you're someone in Nigeria or you're someone. If though Nigeria is like but I think the heartbeat of African music.
It was a smart move. If I was him, I would likely do the same.
Everybody would do the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Have some kind of beef with Wizkid, of course. And look at me now, I know Shatta Wale.
And you have to go to his YouTube page, play his music, just to check, add it more to his views and things like that. So
video of the year was won by Davido. If
I don't know. I don't like If. I don't know why I don't like that music.
I don't know
because why. I think the lyrics is like way off. Like
I
banana
think
fall or you fall. What is that?
No. The things.
No. If I tell you, say I love you.
That's it. You're talking about fall.
Never. Okay.
If it's a different song.
I get that wrong.
I love the song, but I don't know if the video was the best video there. I don't know if that video was the best video there.
Yeah.
I think the song is a very wonderful song. It's like one of the songs of the year, but I don't know if the video was the best.
No, the video had hits in 2017.
No, he Fall, the song you're talking about, and then ended with Fire.
I love Fire. I don't know. There's something about Fire that's like when I heard the song, I was like,
there's fire in it.
The structure of the music is like.
Song of the year was won by Davido, but in that list we had Penalty by Small Doctor. We had Wo by Olamide, Mad Over You, Come Closer, Jeremy. The thing is, first, let me address this Penalty by Small Doctor. That song is so popular in Nigeria. Like, it's every damn place you can find. And the thing is, what's special about that song? Once you got penalty, Lord throwing.
I never I've heard that before.
Like,
I've never heard that song,
man.
I think it's more about it's just catchy.
It's catchy,
for them. And when you can get the streets, you get everybody. It will get the streets, and once you can get the streets,
I agree that
you get everybody.
It's very catchy, right? But the way that shit blew up in Nigeria, man, like if it's probably like the most streamed song in Nigeria.
But for me though,
it enjoy a lot of media hype. It's not even just media hype. People actually love the song. But the thing is, like, really, have we really come down low to this kind of content?
Come on, man.
We all know music. We all know music now is not about the content anymore.
Music is not about the content.
It's not
about the lyrics. It's not even about the production. It's about the love.
That was in those days.
The love for the music.
Even if we have to break it down to like the sound, the beat, everything. That song, I don't actually think that song we can export it internationally in the sense that I'll be like, oh, yo, come listen to this song.
But
it's a Nigerian song.
The problem is the local can relate to it.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I don't even think that song moved into West Africa or East Africa.
I think that's why it's not the song of the year. Because I think it's nominated because of the popularity in Nigeria as a whole. Back home as
because I've never heard anybody play it any DJ play it in the clubs here in Thailand.
Definitely not.
Never.
Definitely not.
So people out here can't actually export or sell it outside of Nigeria. So why do we now have it as one of the song of the year or whatnot? And then to come down to the song of the year, I don't know. Gaga Shuffle made it, though it's a very good song, but I thought it came out pretty late, so I don't know. But I think it was legit.
The Gaga song of Shuffle, the
year? For Song of the Year. Gaga Shuffle it was part of it, but he didn't win.
Oh, okay.
But the song was legit, but I think it came out pretty late.
I think If is definitely the song of the year, definitely, because it went worldwide. The closest ones to it are going to be Mad Over You, I think. Mad Over You or War. Because I think War, even outside...
I think you guys are actually not paying attention to Come Closer by Wizkid. It was 2017, man. That was what put Wizkid on the international map after that Drake's collaboration.
You know the problem is this whole thing is you cannot compare yourself to the people back home, to people actually listening, voting.
You're talking about Wizkid.
You have a choice. You have a taste for music, but they just follow the trend.
Drake on it.
The truth is, with the kind of work I do, I kind of have the chance to actually meet like a lot of different African people. Like I'm talking about from Ethiopia, from everywhere. Trust me, many of them will not even know Come Closer. Even the ones that would know. Even the ones that more international. Even the ones that would know.
It's more of like international.
Yeah. It's international. In Africa, we know it too. They play it. But then, what I'm saying is, I've met people who would actually sing If for you from beginning to the end.
Who are non-Nigerians.
And people who will sing Mad Over You from beginning to the end. Like as soon as they hear the song, wherever they are, they're going to stand up to dance to it.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like the request we get in the clubs, even here in Thailand, you hear them asking for If, you hear them asking for Mad Over You. I've never heard them asking for Come Closer.
Yeah, I think Come Closer is more of like,
it's more urban, it's more mainstream and contemporary.
Yeah, it's more contemporary, and there's most of the time when people listen to music, they have to be in the mood of doing something. Probably you can't be drinking and you want to play Come Closer. It's not. It's more. You can't do that.
If you know it's possible, I still play it. I like the song so much that I still play it.
I mean, not in the club.
I play it in the club.
They play it in the club.
How do people react to it?
A lot.
It has. The thing is, with the DJ I have, he kind of adds a little bit of the
tempo
reggaeton. It has this reggaeton.
The beat has reggaeton to it. That's why it's international.
I know, but the tempo.
Trust me, it's not about that. I don't think it's
like. I think it's like 70.
And I think you're actually missing the point that Drake was on it. Drake vocal was on Come Closer, man. People are gonna die for.
That's what I'm saying. It's a great song.
It has more international appeal than local.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That internationally,
people back home, nobody want to dance slow. Like you know how they dance back home. If the beat is not like in a very high tempo.
Yeah, but if you look at it, If is also a slow song. Very slow. It's actually slower than. It's actually slower than Come Closer.
But one thing you have to know, just because the song is slow doesn't mean the BPM is slow. So you have to like production wise. I'm just talking production wise.
Well, I just don't think it was about that. I just think it's about the fact that If is more. I think as you said, it's more accepted by the Africans,
Yeah, definitely. I think it's more also about the demographic, right, of the listeners and the idea behind the awards, because I don't think it's actually more about.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to giving the awards, so it's probably like the audience from SOUNDCITY, basically. So
yeah, exactly. So based off of that, I think maybe If deserves it, but if I have to go by my standards, I'm not giving it to If. No way.
No, I mean, I'm giving If for Mad Over You. So I think that is why Mad Over You got the viewer's choice.
For best new artist, it was Malik Berry, and I think that's a no-brainer anyway.
Yeah,
because Malik Berry was pretty hot. We had Maya Kun there, Small Doctor.
I will go with Malik.
It's definitely Malik Berry. Definitely.
I'll definitely go. Then viewer's choice was Mad Over You.
Definitely.
Mad Over You. Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with it.
Yeah, I don't think that's controversial. I think large number of people will agree with that.
The listener's choice is War. I just think Mad Over You, War, If. I just think those three, they just had to get something because somehow
Nice actually made it. Living Things.
This is a song they always
Living Things. Yeah. So listener choice was by Olamide Wo. Olamide was the winner. Yeah, I think that was okay. African producer of the year was Young John, the weekend producer. Maforisa, Kidomina. Kidomina, it's pretty solid too.
Yeah, had a controversy, you know. I mean, if his song is getting like best songs and being on the list, Davido is at least getting it. Then he feels like he should get it, you know. But I think Young John was also, I mean, the listener's choice got him with that.
Yo, Davido won so much of this award, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Davido's night.
Yeah, that was why Kidomina should have actually won the African producer. Or even DJ Maforisa too. Like the group too is kind of solid.
No, it's definitely Young John or Kidomina, definitely for me.
No, I think Maforisa is pretty solid for 2017 too. So then African Artist of the Year.
No
African Artist of the Year. Yeah, basically Davido was more within the African region than Wizkid. So Wizkid was more international, like outside of African boundaries. So it's a no-brainer to give it to Davido.
Even if Wizkid was inside, I just think whatever Davido did this year, those 3 songs from Eve, Fall, and Fire, those 3 songs, you can't just challenge it with it because it went everywhere. Everywhere. Like I knew Fire through a non-African. I heard the song first through a non-African.
Dude, I heard the song like, first here, man.
I don't,
like the person in non-African was singing this song and even singing the Yoruba part of it. If you see this girl singing this song, man, like I was like, I didn't even know the song. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really like Fire. I don't like it.
Why?
But I fell in love with Fall. I hardly fall in love with the music from the first time I hear it. But for Fall and Eve, the first time I heard it, I was like, this is a hit. Immediately, I fell in
love with all 3.
But with Fire, I still can't relate.
You see, how I relate to the song is like the structure of the verse, right? The way he puts, and the melody is so catchy,
good.
You know?
It's just
the melody is so like, you know, I was like, no,
it's just juicy.
You know, the first time I heard it, right, I was like, oh, this song is like Davido. Then I get back home and I played it again. Yeah. Just to get to know like deeper, and I was like, yo, this song
I fell in love with the 3 of them.
I love Fire.
He had hits. He had hits for those guys.
Joe and Anthony on the other room.
Yo, we talk about it. We talk about it. So it's time to talk about MC what?
MCVERSSACE.
MC what?
So Versace, you've been home. So tell us about your little bit of time back home in Nigeria and what you actually say like it's a takeaway from going back home.
As they say, there's no place like home, so it was fabulous. It was good to be back home, and actually was able to get some recognition. Shout out to Big Phil Entertainment, SOUNDCITY, and Urban FM, my homie, I am Kintage, you know, so, and Oxygen Club, hosted me as well. Nothing much. It was, for me, it was supposed to be just a holiday for me, go home with my family, But then at the end of the day, I ended up, also doing a couple of interviews.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to say. Like, it was more like a media circus for you because you were just everywhere, like interviews.
Yeah, I thought you actually went because of all those.
The truth is, I didn't plan for all that.
Oh, okay.
I got there and someone said, "Oh, you're around." If they told me if I told them I was coming earlier, they arranged for me in like a lot of other different places.
You went to
for 2
some
weeks,
club and get to perform.
Oxygen, right?
Where's that in
Ikeja?
At Ikeja, GRA.
Oh, okay.
So it is more like they hosted me there, and I just had one of my
songs.
So
compare the love you got when you get back home and the love here. Which one do you prefer? Which one? If you really want to like decide now, I want to be like 100% involved into music. Do you want to stay here? Or you want to go back home?
Well, the truth is, here is kind of where I actually started. You know, it's kind of where I actually built myself up to some certain level. Here is where I first recorded my first song. Here is where, I feel like I have a lot of friends back home, but, I kind of still have like a family here because I've been here for years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already in the system here. Going back home, that was me like starting to get into the system. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like I talked the SOUNDCITY guy, the guy interviewing me, he told me, he was like, yeah, you should let him know. So it's like me creating a base. Like I want to do it back home too, you know. So now I'm coming back and I want to make more Afrobeat music, more reggaeton music, and have them play them on those stations. Have it go down back home, you know. Even if I'm doing it from here, but home will still be home because I will always go back home. But you know, Thailand is like another home for me now. You know,
home too.
You know what I'm saying?
So now, what I can actually pick out from what you're saying is that, does it mean you have to make a different kind of sound for people back home, or you have to consistently keep making the same thing you're making?
The truth is, I don't think I can keep making the same. The thing is, when I started at first, here was the target, here was the goal. So if you hear some of the songs I have, you know, they were basically, if it's not pure hip hop, you're having some kind of trap sound on it, trap on it, what the type people like, you know, what you can actually dance, what the type people can actually dance to in the club. Because that was my first, you know. I guess. So if I'm going to go back home, definitely I'm going to have to take it back to reggaeton and Afrobeats. I'm definitely going to have to take it to that. Which the song I'm releasing next month, by the 25th next month, is Afrobeat.
Afrobeat.
Okay. And yeah.
So, are you signed to any record label, or you have your own permanent producer, or you just?
No, I'm not signed to any record label, but I'm working with a producer from Nigeria there, Paranormal Beats. I'm working with him, so that's the person that I work with for now. But I'm not signed to any record label.
Okay. So, what else?
Yeah, what project have you been working on, like, most recently?
Well,
so what you been up to?
I mean, I can give you this is not totally finished, but I can give you a preview of the song I'm working on right now, which is going to be released next month, I told you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can actually...
That would be a privilege to actually,
get
a sneak peek of...
We can actually...
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let me have you guys listen to it.
Joe and Anthony on the Other Room podcast.
So going back home, coming back here, I'm just like, you know, I need to do something. You know, I need to do some Afrobeats.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. What is the title? What's the name of the song?
It's called Jeje.
Jeje.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Jeje. Yeah. So
let's do it. Let's listen to it.
It's easy right here. Walked in there with Paranormal Beats and Bobby J, you know.
Oh, Bobby J, the Nigerian guy.
Yeah.
I never met him before though.
Baby, I want to talk to you. From you, I say I want to hold you. You want to touch me? Give me, you want to give me the loving. Yeah. Baby, I say you know it. Give me the loving. I want to touch you. I can show you my honey, give you the loving. Girl, you be my one and only. Say I want to. Ja. Whatever you want her, I want her. I will give you my money, give you the loving. Hey, baby, say I want her. Me, I want her. Baby, give me, I want her. Ja. Baby, whatever you want her, I want her. Give you my money, give you the loving. She move her body like a ballerina. Skin smooth like a margarine. So my baby is a margarita. Every day I think of you. I want no one else but you. Baby girl, you were the one. That is why I say, baby, I want to hold it. I want to touch you. You know you want it. Give me your loving. Yeah. I say I want to hold it. You want to touch me. I know you know it. I will give you my money, show you the money. You know you be my one and only. Say I want time. Ja, ja, ja. Whatever you want, ja, ja, ja. Ja, ja, ja. Whatever you want, ja, ja, ja. I'll give you my money, give you the loving. Zagada.
Damn.
Yeah.
On the other room.
This one is really good.
About it.
Because if you have to think of it, it go along with Nigerian market. You can actually go into Nigerian market with this.
That's the plan.
This give me a feeling of like when Olamide is singing actually.
That's the plan.
You know, like the vocal comparison, you know. Maybe probably because you're coming from area of rapping
And everything,
and singing, and at the same time just going into Afrobeat just like that. I think this one is good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Personally, I feel like this is the best work you've ever done in your
Best.
life. This is the best production I've ever heard from you.
Yeah, the production is nice, and the song is like
frankly,
it's really
the
good.
beats,
Yeah,
this is like, to be
I'm
honest,
not the type that say something good. Like I don't normally like if people send me a track, I'm like okay. I don't really comment about music that much. But this one, I think this one is really,
this is legit.
This one
Bro,
is legit. I can tell you,
for sure. Like I fuck
is,
with this. This is legit.
this one is good. It's not.
This is something new from you. It's a new style that I've never heard you do
before,
and I think the
you went
beat
in.
is dope.
Yeah, the beat is dope. And you went in.
You
shout out
came
to
through, bro.
Mental Beats, man. The
You
producer.
came through. Like this is legit.
This one is good. Yeah, I think like that is the problem I'm having with most of our guys here, the rappers, the singers, whatever they call themselves. Like, you should know. First of all, Thailand is not a hip hop country. Even the local who are making hip hop here, they are not doing well.
Yeah,
right. They're not
getting
well.
the recognition.
They're not doing well. So why do you want to do the same thing, make the same mistake?
Exactly.
Why can't you just make Afrobeat, send that shit back home, and let people fuck
Okay,
with it?
Malik is making his stuff from UK.
From UK.
RUNSTOWN and Easy are making their stuff from Ghana. So why do you have? That's something I don't get, because if you look at the market out here, they don't even care about their own local artists. So why would they care about you? And
you as a foreigner.
This is legit. That's what I'm going to tell you, bro. And I see this blowing up.
Just keep this up.
It's the same thing. It was the same thing with this guy we all know, Timo. Yeah. Like, he was releasing a bunch of songs and everything. I never related. But there was one that he released that I heard that was like, yo, this is something good. And that was the only best song that I will always tell people that he's released a couple of songs, but I think a lot of these are trash, except one that I feel like I can actually put my money on it, that I'll buy this. And I think the same thing with this song, that I fuck with this.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like this is something people back home can actually
relate and can vibe with. Yeah.
That's the whole plan, That's the whole plan. That's why I'm working on it.
This is something new you're doing, but I feel like I can fuck with this. I can support this.
It's new, and it's kind of the body of work you put into this Afrobeat. I can say this is your greatest work ever. And compared to your other track, like there's no way. Like I kept saying this as an African artist, there's no way you can beat America on their shit.
Yeah,
there's no way. There's no way you can beat them on their own fucking shit.
As I said earlier, like I think like everything depends on at the beginning what your goal was. I feel like at the beginning when I started, it wasn't about me trying to sell the music.
Yeah,
it was more about
a hobby.
It was more about a hobby, doing something. Okay, I'm saying you might as well just do some hip hop, do some things you can actually play with at the club. Basically since you're already in the system, it was more about that. It wasn't about I don't have them on iTunes. I wasn't trying to sell them or have people to buy them or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't the goal. But now going back home and everything, I was like, okay, you know what? I need to get my roots. I need to do my own thing. If I want to actually do this, I need to definitely have to do it.
Did you record this from back home? Or?
No, I had my producer there, but I recorded it here, sent it to him, and then he was working on it. So when I went back home, he wasn't around. He traveled to Sierra Leone, so we couldn't really work because we have another track we're working on, and he's not done with this one yet. Like the mixing is not.
Man, you gotta put it all together, man.
So by next month, 25th, I plan to release this one out, and then.
So can you release this track with us? Like, can we be the can we be like? Can you come over here and play the official music to people so that our podcast can be the
first link out.
place, the link.
Why not?
Where the shit comes out.
With this, man. This is real stuff.
You should just keep up this, man. Just keep up doing
personally, like I've seen you try to rap. I've seen you try to do R&B, and I can't relate. To be honest with you, but with this, I can relate. I can push it
because you already have Kendrick Lamar.
Like I can tell my guys, like, yo, listen to this song by my homie. Like it's real stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like taking it back home. Definitely,
yeah, that's for me, man. Like
this is your comfort zone.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to you have to make music.
I feel like you sang this effortlessly. Like it was so easy for you to just vibe to it. And it just flew it was just so natural and organic.
If you could remember when you meet my homeboy Marco, right? When you guys it was like, oh yeah, I want to record another song with Versace, but it has to be like Afrobeat or like, I don't know if he's down for that, but
no, he told me. I told him I was gonna give him something.
I don't know if he's down for
that.
No,
I'm definitely down for that. That's what I'm doing.
So now I can like, yo, he's down for that shit. Yeah. Afrobeat, let's do it. So
that's what I'm trying to work on now, because now I'm trying to get into the market. So
like you gotta like put in more work on getting this done as soon as you can finish it. And I'll definitely want to be part of helping you to push this.
Yeah, and
I feel like this is something that I can stand that it's legit.
We don't normally grant this access to people, but I think you can be a regular guest here, right? You can come here anytime, feel at home, and just like if you have anything you want to push to people, to your fans. Yeah,
it's really, for me, it's not about you being a guest on the show and we have to try to present you as what you're not. No, that's not what it is for me. This is me actually saying that I like this. It's something new. It's something I feel like people at home, back home in Nigeria,
not only back home, people here too.
Yeah, exactly. We can actually relate to, and we can actually be like, okay, that's something good coming from MCVERSSACE, and man, you got to keep it up. You got to finish this up.
Yeah, got to finish this.
Got to cook this shit up.
Go back to the kitchen.
Get done with it.
I appreciate it, man. So,
turn on the light and turn on the stove and keep going, man. So, do you always wear Versace?
No, I don't.
You gotta ask this question. So, how exactly? How did you come up with this?
It's not. Well, the thing is, I mean, it used to be MC Versatile, but
exactly,
I think we've had conversation about it.
The thing is, Versatile was so hard for a lot of people to pronounce. And the thing is, I think there was a time whereby I wore a Versace outfit and everything, and somehow that night a lot of people would call me Versace, that kind of thing, you know. So it started with the people, you know. It's not me. I didn't just come out and be like, on the cover.
But you know, so that I told you this before. Like the problem I have with the name is because already brand name, an already established name, and there's no way you can be famous without getting sold.
Yeah, but
that's
why the name is not spelled.
Like you're even marketing for them. That's why you're using your own platform to promote them.
That's why it's spelled different.
It's hard for you,
but pronounce the same thing.
It's gonna be hard for you to create your own identity without that coming into the context. Because I feel like when you came up with that name, you weren't looking at the bigger picture that I can be big.
I discussed this with you like a year ago or two. Because like we've been talking about this shit forever. This
is something good that blows up, and then people are gonna come into question.
And it's gonna be difficult right now to change the name.
Every interview, exactly. Every media interview you go, they will always ask you that question.
Yeah.
How do you, this same set of questions we're asking is the same thing they're gonna ask you in that line.
I was asked the SOUNDCITY. I mean, as I said, it's the same thing. I didn't come up with it. It just came up, and I just took it up since they were calling me that.
Personally, I feel like that name, you actually need to come up with something new because of how you've grown.
Yeah.
You've outgrown that name or whatever rationale you had when choosing that name. Because when you blow up, you actually don't want people actually saying like, okay, you're promoting that brand instead of promoting your own brand as an artist. So I feel like to an extent, that's going to draw you back somehow.
A little bit.
So, but you just got to continue to bring out good work, like keep producing stuff that people love, and then I believe that will solve itself out at the right time.
Yeah, at the point. You can just
at
add something
when
before,
you want to solve that
after
out. You
don't have to change your name completely. You know?
Yeah,
you can just add something before or after, so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah,
exactly.
And
then
you have Gucci Man, Gucci Man. So you can
yeah.
just put something behind it or put something.
And
before
the idea of that song actually came up because that name came up because you're an MC in the club. So and when you become a full-time artist, you don't want to be seen as just an MC.
Yeah.
And you ain't even gonna have time for being an MC anymore.
You will not
because
even include MC
you're
to your
gonna
name.
want to keep writing songs.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go on tours, on shows, and everything. So definitely you're gonna have to change that as you continue to grow in the industry and whatnot.
Yeah, I feel at some point. Or I just make a deal with Versace and they just pay me to promote them.
Well, it's good stuff, man. Like it's really good stuff. It's good stuff.
So what else do we have? What else do we have to do?
Yeah. No, like personally, so going back home, right? Did you actually try to like make contacts with other artists, maybe upcoming artists, and see what collaborations you could have? Or
I already actually have some contacts which I'm gonna keep to myself for now, just because the thing is I'm trying to get this work done I need to do, and then when I get this work done, then I actually have something to actually show out back home that okay, this is what I'm doing, this Afrobeat I have, because I can't be given the things I have now because I felt like those things
it's not relatable to them.
It's not just relatable, but then I think it wasn't. I didn't work on it with the idea of pushing it to that certain level. I was just taking more like a freestyle thing.
You've outgrown this work.
Yeah, it was more like a freestyle thing. So now I'm trying to put in actually the actual work, to actually get into the market. That's why it's taking a lot of time. I've been doing this song for a while. And
I just have to keep pushing, man.
Because you need to, make sure whatever you're bringing out now is coming out real good. Because if you're
nothing good comes in.
If you're gonna make it back home, I feel like once they hear your name, the first track kind of always matters. Like that track you want to use to be your hit always matters. So you need to make sure it comes out really good.
But trust me, it's easier to make it from here, to make it to let people back home hear your name when you're living abroad than going back home and try to make your name heard.
He doesn't actually need to go back.
Yeah.
Just
it's much easier here because the song he's not living here. It's like people, and mostly when they hear you living abroad, people want to pay more attention to your shit.
Yeah.
And they want to listen.
Most definitely.
Yeah. That's good. Like you're trying to build up your resume, and then make up with those contacts and be like, okay, this is what I've been producing, and then they can actually give you the respect that you deserve. Yeah. Be like, okay, this dude is like,
that's the plan.
Yeah. That's great. I think
that's great.
That's more like a very successful trip back home for you. Yep. So what plans you got for the year in terms of music making, getting a deal and promoting your song, getting videos out?
Definitely by we're looking towards July to be able to have like an album, an Afrobeat album.
You're working on an album right now?
Okay. Like I'm gonna release the first single, which is still gonna be part of the album, which is this. This is like the beginning.
Okay.
But then the main plan is to have like 6, 7, 8 songs, with power mental beats, with regime of reggaeton and Afrobeats, a mixture of them all, and maybe have some features in it too as well. Great
stuff. Yeah, you have it already outlined, so it's time to go to work. Like
put in work.
It's time to burn the late night candles.
Yeah.
So just before we go, let's talk about something that's been blowing up. I think it's been everywhere. It's not really just in Nigeria, Twitter, everything.
It's been everywhere.
It's been on World Star. It's been on everywhere.
Uncle Snow had to make a video about that.
It's the issue of sex dolls.
Okay,
now. Yeah, so let's talk about sex dolls. What do you guys think about the idea of sex dolls, and let's just make it very relatable and come down to Nigeria as
first of all,
yeah,
that it's an abomination back home. You cannot have a sex doll in Nigeria and want people to look you like a normal human being. They will take you psychologically.
You're crazy.
Bad. You know, like the whole... How do you...
Psychological imbalance and shit. They'll think you're crazy. Definitely.
Yeah, how do you... How can you even explain that to your peers, like to your friends? Oh, I'm going back home and I'm going to have sex with my plastic girl. Or you go out to drink and you're drunk. I was like, oh, you want to take it home? And then, no, I'm going back home. I have something at home waiting for me.
Well, I think if you're looking at it back home, then yeah, you're looking at it as bullshit. Like it won't work.
I think it's bullshit everywhere.
I mean, that's your own perspective, your point of view. But people who are making this, I feel like they're still gonna make money because of this. Man, some of this wild folks are crazy, man.
See a prospect.
Yeah. And I was reading
the places where it's gonna be accepted.
Really. They already had a motel in UK, like the sex doll, full sex doll motel already.
Exactly.
Open.
So
already open.
Definitely, there's a niche market for it. There's a need for it. There are certain people who needs it.
Exactly. That's the thing.
So I believe
people who cannot talk to girls.
I believe there is a niche that it fills.
It's not why people cannot talk to girls, but the thing is, even people who can talk to girls, you still see there's still guys in the world. I mean,
what happens to your hand?
I mean, they masturbate and shit. So it's more like, for me, I feel like to them they will look at it as another way of masturbating.
There are people who has this certain love for inanimate objects.
And besides that,
so it actually fills that niche.
Look at it this way. The ladies have them.
Oh yeah, that's
the ladies have them dildos and shit. They have them dildos and vibrators.
Exactly.
So this is more like this is more like a dildo and vibrator for men.
But the point is, they're already making a sales doll for ladies too, with 6-pack.
That's true. Take it to another level.
Plastic is replacing us.
It's just that it's evolution, right? The world is evolving, and
maybe it's gonna
robots.
Maybe it's gonna reduce the giving birth to a lot of babies.
Yeah, we're having robots taking over like manufacturing and whatnot.
Homeless kids.
Would that even make you feel like a man if you have sex with sex doll?
The thing is, we're only looking at it from our perspectives, from where we came from. Where we came from, we don't even take the whole ladyboy thing as you don't even want a ladyboy to be, because down here, it's a normal thing.
Yeah,
so we're looking at it from our own perspective. Where we came from, we don't do this. We don't believe in those things. We don't roll with those things. If you're doing something like that, you're gonna hide your face.
No,
that's why I feel like
you're sick.
A lot of what's being said about it, especially on Nigerian Twitter, is just more about what I'll just say. It's just online banter. That's what it is. Like, because if it ain't real, it ain't real. That's one thing.
Fact.
That's one thing. And secondly, we come from a nation whereby religious leaders wield a lot of power. So those power, though very religious, it's also very political. In the sense that when you look at homophobia or transphobia back home, it's because of the religious leaders who said, okay, this is not biblical. This is not biblical. And the same thing, Islamic law is against it, or the Quran is also against it. Basically. So that transformed into the political class who are actually also looking up to the religious leaders, because when it comes down to political times, like now and next year, everybody runs back to Baba Adeboye and everybody else. So the opinions of religious leaders transfer to the Nigerian Senate and the legislative arm, which decided to outlaw gay marriages or whatnot, or homophobic activities and whatnot. So now, in this case of these sex dolls, I think the first major obstacle is going to be the religious leaders.
Yeah.
They're going to kick against it.
Your church is going to be like...
No, it's definitely not coming to them.
Yeah.
Man.
So even if it comes within a couple of months, it's already banned.
Yeah.
So everything that's been said about dolls, I'll just break up with my girlfriend and just go get a doll down. No, like, where I'm drama free and whatnot. That's not happening in Nigeria. There's no way that's going to happen, because they're going to ban it. That's for sure. They're going to ban it, because we live in a country whereby people subject a lot of their values to religion.
Yeah.
So a lot of people believe in the precepts of Bible and Quran. So it translates to the politicians too, and they're going to ban it. So we're just actually having this conversation for, well, I'll just say entertainment purpose.
Entertainment.
Nothing serious is going to come out of it.
I know Nigerians, like, you can't even do that. Yeah, you're going to get you're going to be disowned by your own family.
Okay, let's even like go away from law or religious issues. Let's look at the economic aspect of it. Like a regular, normal, high level or maybe high level or high class standard sex doll is like $4,000 to $10,000.
$4,000.
Yeah, and the minimum wage
like 20 girls with that.
Yeah, and the minimum wage back home is like 18,000 naira, which is like $50. So how much are you going to save to be able to afford a sex doll?
No, man.
It's probably for the rich, problematic people and psycho.
I think
people.
It's just like you said. It's
I don't
more
think,
like online banters.
I don't even think it's even for the middle class.
Nobody's buying that.
No, it's not
for sure.
It's not even for the middle class. And then the higher class, the bourgeois in the society in Nigeria, they don't even need it, because once you have money and you have cars, every girl wants you.
Just go to Unilag.
Yeah, exactly. So you won't even be thinking of that. For those who have the economic resources to be able to purchase it, they don't need it. And those who don't have the economic resources to purchase it, they need it, but they can't.
They can't afford it.
Because it has to be a trade-off between being able to feed, provide house rent and everything for a couple of months, if not years, to be able to afford a sex doll.
Right.
So
okay. I think it's MC has to go to work, so we have to run this up.
Yes,
right.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's falling asleep too. It's like it's almost
jet lag coming back.
Jet lag. How long? Like
8
days. Okay, so we're signing out. It's your boy Joel, aka Authority.
I'm at Grooving Tony. My name is Anthony.
And thank you for having me, man.
Thank you for coming, MCVERSSACE. Thank you for coming to the Other Room podcast.
Alright, man.
Oh man.
Till next time, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing, my brother.
Keep pushing it. Keep going, man. Don't stop.
Talk about it.
See you guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like our video.